Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to see the game between Abdusattorov Nodirbek against Grandmaster Harikrishna Pentala. Now this game is from the 6th round of Chess Olympiad. In the 6th round, Team India A was paired against Team Uzbekistan. In this game, Harikrishna is playing from black side. Let's start. White played the move e4, black played e5. So this game happened in the Gaiko piano opening. So knight c6, bishop c4, bishop c5, d3, knight f6 and bishop g5. So mainly white castles or plays moves like c3. So bishop g5 and we can play h6, bishop h4 and now black plays d6. Now there are some lines where black puts back his bishop on e7, but this move is played mostly when we castle shot, when we have already castled shot. So here there is no need, we can play d6 directly, and after white's castle we will take advantage that black has not castled and can play the move of g5 directly. Now this was the main idea of Harikrishna, but he played different idea, the better version of it. So let's see this line first, g5, and the line runs like white has to play bishop g3, bishop g4, then white plays c3, queen d7, and white starts launching some attack on the queen side. So this is how the line goes, and it is very famous line. In the game, Harikrishna played the move first a5. So he made a square for his bishop, and also he is preventing white's b4 ideas later on. So now white played the move c3, then Harikrishna played the move bishop a7. Now this is a very useful prophylaxis move because we have to be always careful against these d4 ideas, because our king is still in the center, so such ideas can prove to be very dangerous. That's why bishop a7. White played a4 and now black played g5. So this is a very typical play. White played the move bishop g3 and here comes the plan knight e7. So in all the Roy Lopez lines, the knight on c6 is misplaced. So many times we reroute it. So in this position we can play knight e7 and the knight can be better placed on the move knight square, knight g6. From here it is controlling f4 and h4 squares and also supporting the e5 square. So now white plays the move queen b3. This move is attacking the f7 pawn. Black continues with the move castle. So there is nothing black can play any other move. So black just castled. Now white played knight bd2 and black continued with the move knight g6. So everything is going okay till this point. Now white plays d4. So this move has to be played at some point in order to block this bishop, because bishop on a7 is really strong on this diagonal. So d4. Now black continued with the move knight h5. Again, this is a very typical plan. Black will start focusing on these dark squares, will implant one of his knight on this square. Now white plays a very big positional mistake, that is d into e5. Now this is a big mistake, as simply if we see, it opens up the dark square bishop and you will see the results of it. Now any other move like king h1. Now king h1 is a nice move, it's a prophylaxis move, and whenever black will capture on g3, white would like to take back with the f pawn. So that's why the move king h1. The move d into e5 is mistake because it allows knight into g3 and f into g3 is not possible because of the pin. So to continue with that move king h1, black has to play the move queen e7 supporting the e5 pawn, rook a e1 and knight h f4. So black has to prepare like h5, bishop d7, queen f6, but there is no direct penetration into white's position. Black is of course better in this position. But in the game, d into e5 is a serious mistake. We are not going to capture back on e5 as white has two pieces controlling on e5. So first we take on g3 and now white has to take back with the h pawn. F pawn is pinned, that's why it cannot be used to take back on g3. So h into g3 and now black takes on e5. White plays rook a d1, a very natural developing move, and now black pushes the pawn on g4. Now it forces the knight to retreat back on h2 square. Now again, if we think what white would like to do, we can see the plan for white is white wants to play rook e1, then he can play rook e2 defending the f2, and later on he can think to improve this knight on h2. So taking account this plan, black's best move is the move queen f6. So this prevents rook fe1, and later on black can continue with useful moves like h5 and all. Okay, but in the game Harikrishna played the move queen g5. This allowed rook e1, and now black plays the move king g7. So black is also removing his king from this pin, and he is clearing the way for his rook. So maybe this is his likely plan. White plays rook e2, and black plays the move h5. White plays the move knight df1. So he's trying to bring in his pieces for the defense of his king. Black opens up with the h4. White should have taken on h4, knight into h4, and here there is a very nice move for white. You can pause the video and try to find the defensive move for white. So first we need to understand what is the threat, and the big threat in this position to play knight f3 check. It's a very deadly threat, and that's why there is the move rook d3. So this was the best resistance white could put up, but in the game white directly played the move rook d3. So this allowed the move h into g3, and after rook into g3 the knight entered on the f4 square. Now the rook on e2 is under attack. If he tries to run away, then we have knight h5. The rook is on g3 is under attack, and if white moves that rook, black can play the move g3. And again you will see the importance of this bishop and how bad the d into e5 move was. So in the game, this is very tough position for white first of all. So white tried to bail out with knight into g4, but this allowed bishop into g4, and black is simply piece up. There is no way white can regain this. At least white should have tried the move knight h2, so that knight into e2, bishop into e2. The bishop on g4 is under attack, so black has to find a series of forced moves. Queen c1 check, and after knight f1, it looks like white is defending and he will win the g4 bishop back. But there is a great move for black, that is queen e1, and this is of course tough to find. That's why knight h2 made much sense. So after rook into g4, black after king f6, there is no defense for that queen into f2 threat. White is simply lost. But in the game white played the move knight e3, and this just allowed black to chop on e3, and after rook e into e3, black played knight g6, cutting off the pin, bishop e2, and here goes the move bishop e6. So this is the final touch. White's queen is also under attack, and this helps black to save his own queen. So after the move queen b5, black played queen f4, and he simply converts this into winning position. Already it's winning into the full point. Black penetrates on the h file, he doubles his rook on the h file, and white has to simply resign in this position. So this was a nice attacking master class by Indian Grandmaster Harikrishna Pentala. So, and with this win, Team India won against the Team Uzbekistan. I hope you like my explanation. Thanks for watching.